Multitasking is a part of life and may seem completely harmless, like walking and talking at the same time. But some multitasking, like doing math homework while watching TV and texting, is inefficient and harmful. Studies have shown that often when people think they're doing two things at once, they're really switching their time and mind back and forth between two different tasks. Scientists distinguish between multitasking, which is legitimately doing two things at once, and the more common task switching, which is switching back and forth between two unrelated activities. Multitasking can only be done with activities that are as natural to your brain as walking. When you were little, you had to focus on walking, but now you can probably walk while you talk, sing, or chew gum. Doing these kinds of basic, non-harmful activities are what most scientists would call true multitasking. On the other hand, task switching, which is the brain's attempt to adapt to a dynamic environment, has been investigated in the laboratory setting since the first use of the task switch paradigm in 1927. It has been observed that task switching wastes time and energy and may even hurt your brain. When you rotate between tasks, you activate your prefrontal cortex, which is a lobe in the front of your brain that has executive power and acts as your brain's control center. When we switch tasks, our brain comes to a temporary halt. And when we switch back, our brains must warm back up again. Activating this complex lobe of our brain takes time and energy that we wouldn't have to be using if we focused on one task at a time. Therefore, task switching is not truly a time saver like many claim. If a task is very familiar to us, then there are fewer interruptions when we switch back and forth between tasks. However, this interruption has shown slower performance, a decrease in accuracy, and non-completion on any given task. In addition, task switching may be harmful to teenagers' brain growth. Some scientists are concerned that by task switching so much, teenagers are harming the development of their brains, which are still growing, by training the brain to not take a task to completion. And just a sec. What was I saying? Yeah, so remember, if you want to get your work done quicker, more accurately, do one thing at a time.